A rich father's arrogant daughter believed that money and status were everything. She was used to everyone bowing before her. But when an ordinary-looking boy entered her life, her arrogance faced the truth for the first time. The boy she always considered beneath her, the one she mocked daily in front of everyone at college. But when the truth about that boy came to light, the entire college was stunned. Who was that boy after all? To know the full truth, watch the video till the end. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to write your name and city in the comments. Friends, this is the story of Mumbai's most elite college, St. Regis College, where every day felt like a royal show. Gleaming cars, arrogant eyes hidden behind sunglasses, and girls posting for social media. It wasn't a college, it felt like a runway. Amidst this dazzling atmosphere, a girl stepped out that day, Kiara Singh, the only daughter of Mumbai's famous real estate tycoon and politically influential Ashwini Pratap Singh. As soon as her black Mercedes stopped, all eyes were on her. Kiara's beauty wasn't just in her big eyes, shiny hair, and expensive dresses. It was in her walk, her tone, her smile. Everything seemed drenched in status. Girls tried to be like her, and boys hovered around her. But on the same day, another person entered through the college gate, Ayush Raj. His attire was simple, a light-colored t-shirt, old jeans, and a plain bag. But his face radiated immense confidence, and his eyes held a strange calmness, as if he needed no one, no pretense, just his journey, his story. In the first class, the professor assigned a project and formed groups. And perhaps it was fate. Kiara and Ayush ended up in the same group. Kiara looked at him as if someone had mistakenly placed a lemon on her plate at a fancy restaurant. She curled her lips and said with quiet disdain, "Seriously, him with me?" Then she told her friend, "Looks like Saint. Regis is now admitting scholarship students too." Ayush didn't look up. He simply gave a straightforward reply. "The project deadline is near. We shouldn't waste time." His response was direct, but its calmness pierced Kiara deeply. She always believed everyone either bowed to her or changed in her presence. But Ayush seemed unaffected by her words, as if he didn't give her presence more importance than necessary. From that moment, an unspoken clash began, between status and simplicity. After that day, Kiara made it her mission to show this simple Ayush his place. At every opportunity, in the library, canteen, or classroom, she mocked his simplicity, commented on his clothes, and mistook his calm demeanor for cowardice, trying to belittle him. One day, as Ayush sat in the college library flipping through old books, his face had that same calm expression. At that moment, Kiara walked in with her friends and loudly said, "Oh, he's still studying from books? Haven't you bought a smartphone yet?" Her voice echoed through the library. Some laughed, some felt embarrassed. But Ayush didn't lift his eyes from the book. With a slight smile, he said, "The source of knowledge matters, not its price." Was it a reply or a mirror? Kiara fell silent for a moment, but her ego spoke again. The next day in the canteen, when Ayush sat in a corner with simple food on his plate, Kiara announced in front of everyone, "Wow, looks like he brought food packed from some village mess. Burgers and pasta are the trend at St. Regis, Mr. Ayush." This time, Ayush looked straight into her eyes and calmly replied, "Hunger is for survival, not style. I eat to fill my stomach, not to show off on social media." This time, some people nodded, and some genuinely appreciated his words. For Kiara, this was even more dangerous. She was getting answers to her taunts, but without shouting, a quiet yet powerful force. She wondered what it was about this boy, that he smiled through every jab. During project meetings when they sat together, Kiara couldn't understand how Ayush remained so composed. She noticed how he immersed himself in his research. He spoke little, but when he did, it was precise and insightful. Slowly, Kiara began to realize that the boy she thought was backward had a mind and understanding far clearer and more forward than hers. But her heart wasn't ready to accept it yet. Something new was stirring within her: jealousy, surprise, and perhaps attraction. A few weeks later, preparations for St. Regis College's annual fest were in full swing. Everyone was busy with some event, fashion shows, dance rehearsals, or stage setups. As always, Kiara was the star of the fest. Her designer dress, a lehenga worth lakhs, perfect makeup, and a radiant smile in front of the cameras made her look like a showstopper. But this time, her attention kept drifting towards someone else, Ayush Raj. Ayush was working backstage with the technical team, checking sound, adjusting lights, and calmly but firmly giving instructions. His face, slightly glistening with sweat, looked even more composed and confident. Kiara watched him for a while. Then in her usual style, she went backstage and said, "Hello, technician Babu. Don't you have the guts to come on stage? Only know how to work behind the scenes?" Ayush smiled softly, looked into her eyes and said, "Everyone has their own stage, Kiara. Some stand amid applause, others in the effort behind it." His words pierced straight through her heart. Kiara stood silent for a moment. As she turned to leave, she looked back at Ayush. This time, there was something in her gaze. Perhaps respect, perhaps a question. The fest's biggest attraction was a charity auction, attended by Mumbai's top businessmen. Kiara was certain her father, Ashwini Pratap Singh, would buy the most expensive painting as always. But when the auction began and bids rose from lakhs to crores, a voice suddenly rang out, 10 crores! The entire hall fell silent. Faces were filled with shock, and even the host's voice faltered. 10 crores, sir. Will you donate the painting to the college?" The person who placed the bid slowly walked toward the stage. When his face came into view, the hall was stunned. It was none other than Ayush Raj, the boy in simple clothes, always staying out of the spotlight. And then, as his identity was announced on the microphone, "Meet Ayush Raj, the founder and CEO of Rajco Technologies, India's largest tech company." Kiara was dumbfounded. The Ayush whose clothes she mocked, whose food she laughed at, was actually a billionaire tech icon who had enrolled in college under a hidden identity to live the life of an ordinary student and find genuine relationships. Whispers spread through the college. Girls now hovered around him, and boys were eager to befriend him. But for Kiara, something precious had slipped through her hands. The college corridors now echoed with just one name, Ayush Raj. The boy once ignored was now the center of attention. Crowds gathered to catch a glimpse of him. Girls sought excuses to take selfies, and boys called him bro to claim familiarity. But amidst it all, one face was silently battling itself. Kiara's. The girl who once took pride in herself couldn't meet her own eyes in the mirror. Every taunt, every mockery, every arrogant word now echoed in her mind, and Ayush's calm smile seemed to put her on trial each time. For days, Kiara avoided his gaze. But one day she gathered the courage. In the college library, Ayush was sitting alone, lost in a book. Kiara approached him with slow steps and in a trembling voice said, "Ayush, please forgive me. I misjudged you. I tried to bring you down, but you turned out to be the highest of all." Ayush gently closed his book, looked at her, and gave that familiar smile. In a soft voice, he said, "You never understood me, Kiara, and I was never angry, because I knew you weren't what you seemed. You were just trapped in your shell." Kiara's eyes welled up. For the first time, she didn't feel small in front of someone. She felt lighter. After that, something changed. Kiara began to understand him. Every word, every silence, every habit of his now felt special. She was stepping out of her pretense, and around Ayush, her heart found peace. She sat with him, listened to him, and laughed at her own small mistakes. One day while working on a class project together, Ayush teased, "The old Kiara would have been dictating to me by now." Kiara smiled. "The old Kiara was fixed by you. The one I am now is probably the real me." Ayush said nothing, but the sparkle in his eyes said it all. A new change was felt in the college. Kiara Singh, once known for her status and beauty, had become a symbol of hard work, simplicity, and wisdom. People now praised her, but she no longer cared about these things. Her focus was only on Ayush. One day, a business innovation project was announced in college. The winner would receive a scholarship and an internship at Rajco Technologies. Everyone was eager to participate, but Kiara had a different goal. She wanted to prove she wasn't just a rich man's daughter. She had something that could change the world. She worked day and night. No designer dresses, no style, just a laptop, research, and inner passion. She created an app to provide free online education to children in remote Indian villages. Smart, simple, and revolutionary. On presentation day, when Kiara took the stage, her face glowed, not with arrogance, but with confidence. She said from the stage, "I didn't see this project as just a competition. It's my dream. I want a country where children have the right to education to also have the means. This app isn't just technology, it's hope." The auditorium erupted in applause. For the first time, Ayush's eyes showed pride for her. But then, another girl, Mayra Kapoor, took the stage and accused Kiara of plagiarism. "This was my idea. Kiara copied it," she said. The atmosphere flipped in an instant. Kiara was stunned. Her throat went dry, her eyes teared up. But Ayush stood up. He examined the evidence, compared both projects, and then said in front of the entire college, "Truth comes from the heart, and Kiara's project isn't just technology, it's her vision." Mayra's claim is false. There's only one winner, Kiara Singh. Tears streamed from Kiara's eyes as she smiled amidst the applause. Her victory wasn't just about the trophy, it was about respect, the start of a change. That evening in the college garden, as the sun set and everything glowed golden, Kiara stood before Ayush and softly said, "Ayush, I've learned so much from you. You've changed my perspective, my outlook, and maybe even my heart. I don't know what this is, but whatever it is, it's only for you. I love you." Ayush looked into her eyes and said nothing, just held her hand. "I've been watching you since day one, Kiara. The change in your eyes convinced me. Love isn't about show. It's from the heart. And yes, I love you just as much." Kiara hugged him, and in that moment, the world seemed to pause. Their story became a legend in the college. Together, they turned Kiara's app into reality, bringing education to thousands of children. A few years later, in a simple beachside wedding, Kiara and Ayush became each other's forever. A story that began with arrogance and taunts had become an example of respect, wisdom, and love. But friends, here's a question for you. Have you ever misjudged someone who turned out to be truly special? Have you ever ignored an Ayush in your life? Let us know in the comments. If you liked the story, like the video, and subscribe to our channel, Sachi Kahanian by RK. We'll meet in the next video with a new story. Jai Hind, Jai